You ever get that feeling that horror just doesn't hit like it used to? Like everything's either a reboot,
Oh.
a Blumhouse clone,
It's blood!
or some cursed franchise that refuses to die?
With the fake chainsaw?
Yeah, same. But while the big studios were busy recycling the same 5 plot lines, some seriously creepy stuff slipped through the cracks. Number 1, Good Boy. Imagine a haunted house story told entirely from a dog's perspective. That's Good Boy, premiered at South by Southwest earlier this year, picked up by Shudder and IFC. Director Ben Lauenberg somehow makes you feel every growl, every whimper, every moment that dog senses something it shouldn't. The house feels alive, the camera stays low, eye level with the dog, so you see what he sees, and what he sees, you'll wish you didn't. This one's less about jump scares and more about slow dread. By the end, you'll be looking at your own dog a little differently. Number 2, It Ends. Picture this: 4 friends on a late-night drive. GPS glitches, the road loops the same mile again and again. That's It Ends, a cosmic horror road trip directed by Alexander Ullum that plays like the Twilight Zone on no sleep. The sound design alone is anxiety in stereo. Radio static turns into whispers, headlights flicker, and reality bends until you're not sure what's real anymore. It's the kind of film you finish and immediately rewatch, trying to figure out what the hell just happened. Number 3, House on Eden. Okay, pause. You know how found footage horror is usually just shaky cameras and bad acting? This one's different. House on Eden feels like if Paranormal Activity grew up, got a better cinematographer, and still refused to explain itself. Released this summer through RLJE and Shudder, it follows a paranormal research team live streaming from a supposedly haunted farmhouse. Halfway through, the stream stops buffering, but the camera keeps rolling. You start realizing someone else is filming them. It's pure dread disguised as internet content. If you think you've seen every found footage trick, this one proves you haven't. Number 4, The Last Cabin. Brendan Rudnicki's The Last Cabin barely made a sound when it dropped earlier this year, which is wild, because it's one of the best micro-budget stalker horrors of the year. A group of friends head to a secluded cabin to film a short documentary, but there's footage already on the memory card, and it's not theirs. Every frame feels cursed, like the woods themselves are recording. And the sound design? Dirt, wind, static, then a whisper, don't look behind you. Guess what you do next? It's brutal, simple, and smart. Everything modern horror forgets to be. Number 5, The Caretaker. British horror has this special brand of unease, like guilt soaked in rainwater, and The Caretaker nails it. A man takes a job watching over an empty boarding school during off-season. He starts hearing laughter, then footsteps, then lessons being taught in classrooms that don't exist anymore. It's slow burn, claustrophobic, and beautifully shot. You'll swear you've been there before. If you like movies that mess with your sense of time, this one's your medicine. Number 6, Shiver Me Timbers. Alright, time to lighten the blood a bit. Shiver Me Timbers is proof that horror comedy can still be funny and nasty. British director Simon Matthews decided, what if we made a pirate movie, but everyone's undead and the jokes get darker every minute? It's gory, loud, and delightfully stupid in all the right ways. Imagine Shaun of the Dead at sea. You'll laugh, then you'll wince, then you'll probably quote it for a week. It's weird, it's fun, and honestly, every list like this needs one absurd entry. Number 7, Little Bites. Alright, let's roll back to late last year, because Little Bites deserves way more attention than it got. It's a twisted single mother story that turns domestic horror into full-blown body horror. Think Titane meets the Babadook, only meaner. Premiered at Fantastic Fest 2024, then dropped on Shudder just before Halloween. Lead performance by Kika Magalhaes is unreal. Half grief, half hunger, all nightmare. This is the kind of a movie you finish in silence. No score, no closure. Just that cold, sinking feeling that something's still in the room with you. Number 8, The Beldum. This one's for the folk horror crowd. The Beldum premiered at Sitges 2024 and slipped under almost everyone's radar, which is criminal. A young woman inherits a countryside cottage and finds a creature living in the walls, a folklore entity that feeds on shame, shot like a fever dream, lit by candles and drenched in damp English misery. You can smell the moss through the screen. Midway through, it breaks format, cuts to VHS grain interviews with locals who might be dead, might not. You'll spend half the movie trying to figure out what you're even watching, and that's exactly the point. Number 9, Haunt Season. Now this one's perfect Halloween viewing. Haunt Season takes the haunted attraction premise and strips away every ounce of fun. It's about a traveling scare carnival that pops up every October and never leaves. The practical effects are outstanding, the kills are nasty, and the meta twist halfway through earns applause. It's like Hell House LLC on a carnival ride to hell. You'll recognize no one in the cast, and that's why it works. No safe faces, no plot armor, just chaos with stage lighting. Number 10, Delirio. We're ending on something a little more international. Delirio is a Costa Rican psychological horror from director Sofia Quiros. A painter retreats to the countryside to escape grief, only to find her dreams start leaking into the real world. It's gorgeous, meditative, and disturbing in quiet ways. Every frame looks like oil on canvas, and by the end, you're not sure if she's losing her mind or painting a new one. It's horror as art therapy gone wrong. Perfect final entry for a list that started with ghosts and ended in madness. So there you go, 10 hidden horror movies you have to watch this Halloween. No remakes, no billion-dollar studios, no fake trailers. Just real filmmakers, real nightmares, and the kind of stories that make you question if turning the lights back on will actually help. Drop your favorite underrated horror in the comments, because the deeper we dig, the better this genre gets. I'm Randy, and remember, the best horror is the one you almost missed.